Right, hello once again, YouTube. Andy with you, another video. So I guess most people are now aware that I lost my drone to the sea, unfortunately. You can see I'm quite high up here. I'm about 50 meters at least above sea level. So I'm on a long way up and there's absolutely nothing between myself and where the drone is, apart from just basically blue sky. So nothing can interfere with that. So I set my drone out and unfortunately I lost it. It did not return to home. So I just want to look at the flight log data to try and come to some understanding. This might help other people as well. I did send an email off to Hubsan. They come back to me. It says we checked your flight logs on the 14th of June. The drone speed is 7.7 miles per second. The weather is windy day. The speed is too fast to fly the drone. Your drone dropped into the sea around 1605. The altitude is minus 15.1 meters. Distance is just over a kilometer away. So your drone crashed is due to the bad weather, not drone quality. So suggest you order a new drone. Thanks. Well, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. Wind wise it was okay. Right, so with the help of the internet we can actually go back and we can check ourselves to see what the wind speed was like on any particular given day. So now we're looking at past weather in Funchal graph. We're on the date, which is the Wednesday the 14th of June, which is the day where I lost my drone, and roughly between looks like 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. and 1800 hours, the wind speed never really got above 12 or 11 or 12 miles per hour. Now I'd have thought any drone of any quality should be able to handle that kind of wind speed, and then Hubsan are telling me the reason why your drone did not return to home is because of the high wind speed. Well, I'm sorry Hubsan, but I think you got this one completely wrong. So what we're looking at here, this is a screen capture of the log on the last flight. So I'm going to split this up into three sections in a moment to make it easier to look at and to analyze. I was quite a long way up off the ground, so when it says the minus figure, don't be alarmed about that. It's just that my altitude from the home point was about 50 meters above sea level. So we've got three elements here. So the top right hand element is going to tell us some information. I'll just go through it to the best of my ability. So we've got 16 satellites. We've got about 80% battery power. Now this is sped up 4 times for the benefit of this video. Going a bit further down, we've got Funchal as our location. We've got the meters, total mileage is going up, and also the time duration coming up to almost about 2 minutes. Down below that, that's the map of the actual flight log itself. So we can keep an eye on that, and also coming to the left hand side there's a load of figures there jumping and bouncing around. We've got some information here. This is the real-time flight status, GPS status is normal. It says there's 3 or 4 things which I'm interested in this particular element here. Is the GPS status is normal, also the GPS interference is no, and I think that's very important. And also keeping an eye on how many satellites I've got. It does not, I don't think, drop below 15 or 14. Power status is normal, and the strong wind is also, it's no. Now you can see it's just done a loop. Look into the right hand side. Now go across to strong wind. It's about to change to yes. Okay. And that's when I lose connection, I believe, of my drone. So yes, I've lost connection, and the time is just about 5.5 minutes into the flight. Now this goes on for some 20 odd minutes. So what the drone's doing now is just basically sat right on the spot. It's at the barometer altitude is minus 15.31. Don't be alarmed about that being minus. It's just because I'm a lot higher up than the actual drone itself. Now there's nothing between me at the home point and the drone, and that's only about a kilometer out. And these are supposed to do maybe 8 or 9 kilometers. So I've just blown this screen up a bit more now to get some more data. This is right from the get-go, from the start of the of this particular flight. I was just going to go through it. So you can see a GPS status is normal. You can see the altitude there is about level with me, so it's about 50 meters above the ground. I'm now dropping it down, going towards sea level. GPS interference is none at all, and it remains none throughout the whole flight. So everything is basically, yeah, it's all good at the moment. Everything is spot on. I got set return altitude is 128 feet, so it knows when to come back. So I did set the return to home at 128 feet, which is pretty much whereabouts I set the drone off from. Gimbal status is normal. There's some more information there. So this is what the analysts at Hubsan were looking at, and they come to the assumption that the reason why it lost connection was because of the wind. I'm a bit flummoxed to think that, because when you lose connection with any drone, normally any decent drone, the drone then knows to come back to the home point. So this is the map, again one of the elements which I've just blown up for the benefit of the video. I'm hoping that this helps someone. Personally, I don't think it can be trusted now, because I did everything before the flight to say that it ought to come back, and it simply did not. I just don't set my drone out to the sea about 1 kilometre out and not have any provision for it not to come back, and I did. So I'm just searching around the sea now, looking for a boat which I saw out there, and I couldn't find it. So now we're about 1 kilometre or so out, just over 1 kilometre, and it stops there, and it stays there for another 15 minutes. It just doesn't move. Now it doesn't drop any altitude at all. It's pretty much just stuck to its spot. It doesn't go left, doesn't go right, up or down. It just stays there. It's kind of waiting for some kind of a commandment, but no commandment is forthcoming, and it ought to return to home. I'm just speeding it forward now through the timeline, and you can see that it's just routed to the spot, and unfortunately it lost battery power, and then it plunged into the sea. Now we can look at another screen. Looking at the right hand side, you can see that our 16 satellites, we've got good power in the battery on the right hand side. Locations Funchal. Total mileage, that's only going to go up, and the duration is going up as well. And everything at the moment is pretty normal until we get into about 6.5 minutes of this particular flight. That's when I lose connection, and it was supposed to return to home. The altitude is -14. Don't be alarmed about that, as I said before, because I'm about 50 meters above sea level, and because it's gone down about 15 meters, which means it's about 45 meters or so above sea level still, although it says the minus figure. I'm not flying it from sea level, I'm flying it quite high above. So the distance now, the time is still going. We're still at -15 meters. Now the drone is hovering. It's not moving an inch. But I've lost connection, you know, and it's supposed to return to home, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. It just died a death. The battery did, and then it just lost power and fell into the sea. But there we go. That's just one of those things, I'm afraid. So would I get another Hubsan Zino drone? Well, I've got a spare drone, thankfully. I think when that one decides to go, because I'm not that confident with it, I don't think I'll be getting another one. I'll be going back to DJI. Although I did like the Hubsan. This is a good little drone. If you're on a budget and you get some real nice quality footage with it, as you can see here, I would just be very. This is not a damning indictment of Hubsan drones themselves. I would just say that I think what they're analysing, there's something wrong there. I think there was a glitch possibly with the return to home software. Something most definitely went wrong, because this is not normal for drones to just hover on the spot and then not return to home. So I'd be very wary. If anyone is buying a Hubsan drone, just be very careful. There's probably better drones out there, and yeah, I just hope this video helps someone. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.